Imagine you're camping on a cold evening. The sun has started to go down and the cold is setting in. You need a campfire for warmth and cooking. Knowing how to build a proper log cabin fire can make a camping trip more enjoyable and get those warm s'mores everyone has been craving. Even if you don't camp often, knowing how to safely build a campfire is a useful outdoor skill that can provide warmth, cooking, and light. Anyone can build a log cabin fire. Today I'll be talking about 3 points: gathering the proper materials, building the log cabin structure, lighting and maintaining fire safety. Let's get started with my first point. Gathering the proper materials. According to Mom Goes Camping, you should collect 3 sizes of wood: tinder, kindling, and firewood before trying to light a fire. Tinder is small, dry material like pine needles, dry grass, or bark that catches a spark easily. Kindling consists of small sticks that help the fire grow, and firewood is made up of larger logs that keep the fire growing. When I went camping as a child, my Girl Scout leader always had me gather all of the wood before having anyone reach for a lighter. It saves time because we are not searching for sticks once the fire has started. According to Field & Stream, it is important to gather enough fuel before lighting the fire because stopping to search for more wood after the fire is burning can cause it to die out. One of my first time camping on my own, I thought that I grabbed enough wood, but after 15 minutes I burned through all the wood and had to leave to grab more. When I came back, the fire was completely out and I had to completely start over. Since then, I always gather plenty of tinder, kindling, and firewood before striking the match. Now for my second point, building the log cabin structure. According to Girls Course Palo Alto Fire Building Guide, begin by placing your tinder in the center of the fire pit. Then arrange the kindling over the tinder before stacking larger pieces of the firewood around it in a square crisscross pattern to create the log cabin shape. The first time my mom showed me how to build a log cabin fire, I wanted to pile all of the wood together. She explained that stacking the logs like a log cabin leaves room for air to move through the fire. Once I built it correctly, it lit much faster. According to Mom Goes Camping, the spaces between the logs allow oxygen to circulate, helping the fire burn hotter and more efficiently. I remember trying to stack the logs too close together because I thought it would make the fire bigger. Instead, it struggles to stay lit until my mom spread the logs apart so air could flow through the middle. We've talked about gathering enough materials and building the structure. Now for my third and final point. Light the fire and maintain it safely. According to Field & Stream, light the tinder first and allow the flames to spread naturally to the kindling before adding larger pieces of firewood. Using dry wood instead of wet wood helps the fire burn more efficiently and produces less smoke. One camping trip, we accidentally grabbed wood after it had rained. The fire created a lot of smoke and kept going out until we replaced it with dry wood that had been stored under our camping tarp. According to the Girls Course Palo Alto Fire Building Guide, campers should always keep water or a shovel nearby. Never leave a fire unattended and completely extinguish the fire before leaving the campsite. Before we leave any campsite, I always pour out water over the fire, stir the ashes, and check to make sure everything is cool to the touch. It only takes a couple minutes, but it is an important step to help prevent wildfires. In conclusion, anyone can build a log cabin fire. Today I've talked about 3 points. First, gathering the proper materials and firewood before starting the fire. For example, collecting tinder, kindling, crisscross pattern to airflow. Lighting and safely maintaining the fire, using dry wood and completely extinguishing the fire before leaving. Building a log cabin fire is a simple outdoor skill that anyone can learn with a little practice. By gathering the right materials and building the structure correctly and following basic fire safety, you'll be able to enjoy a warm, safe campfire on your next camping trip.